Hi everybody, welcome back to LDRS Creative. We're in studio tonight, yay! Another craft.
I'm not sure what that was.
Craft class live, wow. Well, if that's any indication of how the night's gonna go, we're gonna have lots of laughs. Welcome everybody, I've been reading everybody's messages here. Let's see, what was, I'm trying to think of who was it that was, I saw somebody had COVID and I'm like, oh man, I'm so sorry. Was that Sandy Gaffney?
Yes.
Oh, I hope you feel better, Sandy. I'm so sorry to hear that you have COVID. Who else is here? Crafty Gal, it says, last week's show, Angie was giving advice on the calligraphy set. Today I sat down and peeled off the backing and I just lost the rest of the message. See what I mean? Tonight's going to be a night of faux pas. All right, Lori Langemeyer is here from Michigan, just a few short miles away. So welcome, Lori. Margie is here. Who else is here? Jay Huss from Ohio. Becca Aitken is here in Virginia, and Diane Curtis in Maryland. Robin McCauley is here. You received your beautiful glass mat. Yay! The one that you won from SCT. That is awesome. Yay! I hope you love it. Bethany is here from New Jersey, and Kathy from Missouri. Elsie from St. Catharines, Ontario. I'm going to try and get these in. Angel she's here in the sun. Tracy in Colorado. The West Loopsters, Barbara Jean from Connecticut, Donna from PA, Ann from Bristol, PA, Cheryl Bush is from Rose City, Michigan. I don't even know where that is. Gail is from right here in Sterling Heights. That's just a few miles away. And who else do we have here? Susan. I can't go through everybody again. Susan, Kathleen, Elena, Jen Dykstra, Paula, Debbie, Janice, Kathy Knowles from Southern Virginia. So nice to see everybody coming in. Yay! Okay, so that kind of gets me like I'm sweating. Just trying to get all those out there. So anyway, tonight, last week we kind of did the launch of the new summer collection, and I showed you the one of the ones that I showed you was the Hand Tied Bouquet, and this is the magazine. This is the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, where I've got we advertise in this magazine, so I was putting an ad together and I was trying to figure out what can I do, and I thought, I wanted to do something that was just going to be lush and beautiful and elegant, and I wanted something that was really going to stand out and pop and just really kind of show everybody what this collection is all about. And so here it is. This is the advertisement right here for the cards, and I decided to show you how I made these cards. And then at the end, we're going to do a giveaway. And with the exception of the little flip through that I did just then, this is a brand new magazine. And so the winner tonight is going to get one of these magazines plus the Hand Tied Bouquet. So make sure you stay with us to the end so you don't miss the giveaway, because you do have to be present to win. So we're going to get rolling. I see more people coming in. So happy to see everybody. Yay! Somebody has a sinus infection and a stomach bug. Oh, that's Angel. Oh, bummer. Needing some fresh air. Well, stay with us. Stay with us just a little while. Unless you can watch outdoors. So anyway, all right, we're going to go ahead and switch the camera. Laura says, excited to see your creations with this set. You're gonna be amazed at how easy these cards are to make. So let's go ahead and switch the camera. I'm gonna grab my glasses and we're gonna get rolling. Okay, so let's see. Here's the beautiful glass mat that Robin had mentioned. If you want one of these, they are again on pre-order, but we've got more coming in really, really soon. I think we've got more coming in Wednesday of next week.
Yes.
Okay, so they're coming in Wednesday next week. So if you do want one of these, I would get in. We don't have a whole lot coming in. They're kind of coming in chunks. So if you do want one, we've got a good number coming in. And even though it says pre-order now, you should ship next week. So that would be good. Okay, so anyway, here we go. Hand Tied Bouquet. I love this set. We're going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit more so you can really see this. I think this is so pretty. I don't know if you noticed the little banner that we had, you know, for the 5-minute timer, the wait. Linnea creates those, and she created one. We always try to do something that kind of resembles what I'm going to be working on for the night. And so she had a beautiful, beautiful bouquet in that, and it reminded me a lot of these, so it was just perfect, Linnea. Thank you. But I love this set. I wanted a really delicate floral, and so one of our illustrators put this together, and I love the fact that they were all just kind of hand-tied, like you went and picked some beautiful wildflowers and just put a little string around them, and they're colored up absolutely beautifully. The sentiments are just lovely. I wanted a beautiful, elegant font, and just some really small little sentiments so that it would be really delicate. So we have I adore you, close your eyes, fall in love, stay there. I love that one. It's my favorite one. Hugs and kisses, and then a love story like no other. So, so pretty. I love them. So these are the stamps. Mine are little used already, little loved. And then the coordinating dies. There's a die to cut out every single piece that's in here. I'm certain we do have these available as a bundle, or you can order them separately as well. So I'm actually not going to use the dies tonight. I'm just going to use the stamps. And so when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, you know, I wanted something that was going to be beautiful, that you could use for, let's say, a wedding card, an invitation of some sort, or just a beautiful note to a friend. And so where are my little papers? I started looking at paper, and I got this little vision in my head. Now, Linnea's going to put links to these up for you. I thought it would be gorgeous to use handmade papers, and I didn't have the time or the know-how to make handmade paper, so I literally went to Amazon, and I got a stack of handmade papers, and I mean, it literally is a stack. The stack altogether is about this thick, so it's like a 3-inch stack of these. And here's just 2 of them. Now these are 4 by 6. I couldn't find anything that was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 or A2 sized. They're actually quite thin, but thick at the same time, which is interesting. I mean, you can see the shadow of my hand behind them, but these are really sturdy. So, you know, if you don't want to use the 6-inch length, you can actually just tear it a little bit at the bottom, just like this. And then you've got, you know, now you've got like closer to a 5 1/2, which if I come over to here, let's see, 7 2, there you go. It's like a 5 1/2. So you can tear them and nobody's going to know the difference. So you can create whatever size you want is what my point is with that. And then I also wanted some beautiful ribbons, and I looked through all the ribbons, and believe me, I have a lot of ribbons. But I wanted something that was, I thought of chiffon. And so I thought these were just stunning. They're just like hand-torn little ribbons. And these I think are about maybe 1 inch wide. Yeah, they're about 1 inch wide. And they're so, so soft. And again, I sent Linnea the links for these. You can actually get these in all kinds of colors, but I just thought these colors were just elegant for any occasion, great, like I said, for weddings, for anything you wanted to do. So if you were interested in those, I just wanted to put the links up so that you had them. But I do want to show you what the cards look like once again that I'm going to make. And these are really card toppers. I did not put a base on these. I don't think it's necessary. If you want to, you can call this a topper, and you could, you know, put this on an A2 card base. I also left these the 4 by 6 size, so it's not going to fit in a regular envelope, but if you wanted to just tear them and make them a little bit shorter, you can. This paper is wonderful. You could probably just handwrite a note right on the back of that. But the only other thing that I have in here is a little bit of vellum, just a tiny, tiny little piece of vellum that's on the top of that. And that's what I've actually stamped on. So these are 3 out of the 4 stamps that you see in here. So the only one that I didn't use was this one here, just because of the size of it. It was going to take up a little more space than what I wanted, you know, when I laid these out. And so I I used these 3, I think it was right here. So we're going to get moving with this to show you how I did it. The other thing that you're going to need is going to be some embossing powder. This, I used gold, so this is a gold embossing powder. You're going to want to have an embossing ink pad or a watermark pad. And I think it's a good idea to have, you know, one of your anti-static pads as well. And this is one, people ask me about this, where did I get this? I think I've had this one for 20 years. So they probably don't even make it anymore. But any of them are fine. And then, of course, you want to have whatever your embossing heat gun is. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, these are probably going to go kind of quickly, to be honest with you. You're also going to want to have some markers of some sort. So we'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to grab, actually I'm going to need to trim this. This is just some vellum that I have. Let me move this over. And I'm going to trim, oopsie, Alan, will you come get my blade?
Is that a trick?
Yep, oopsie, this is already 5.5 inches. I need the blade, thank you. Sorry, I just dropped the blade on the floor. So I'm going to trim this to 4 1/4. And maybe we'll actually make 2 of these cards tonight. I think we'll have plenty of time to do that. So we're going to talk a little bit about embossing on vellum, because you do have to be careful with this. You don't want it to, you know, to like buckle and fold and stuff like that with the heat, as it can do. So we'll talk about that when we get to it. So I'm going to go ahead, I think, with this one right here. I think that's really pretty. It's got like some big lilies on it. They're so pretty. And I'm going to, oops, I'm actually going to emboss or stamp and emboss both the sentiment and the floral at one time. Now, if you want to turn it on a slight angle, you can, really pretty. If you want it straight up and down, however you want to do it. And then I'm going to choose, let's see. I'm going to do Close Your Eyes, Fall in Love, and Stay There. So I'm going to actually angle that just a little bit so that I can put the sentiment. You can lay these out however you want. Now, one of the things that I made sure of when I did this was that I was going to have some room for that little ribbon for the bow at the bottom, just like so. Looks like I've got plenty of room, so that's good. Just make sure you don't get too close to the bottom. So it's always a good idea to kind of have in your mind, you know, lay it out how you think you're going to want to work. I also have equidistant on the right side here and the left side, maybe a tiny little bit over, so that I've just kind of got the whole composition centered. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead with my anti-static here. We're going to ink this up really, really well. There we go. Ink it from a couple of different angles just to make sure we get everything nice and even. Get my Stampendable, and make sure we get this evenly pressed on here. Hopefully I got everything. Yeah, it looks like it. I can see it from an angle. All right, so I'm going to set this aside momentarily. Gather up my embossing powder. And I'm going to go right over, just gently emboss, or gently get that powder on there. It looks pretty good. I always keep a little brush on hand for little pieces like that, little areas like that, so I don't get that excess. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put a lid on this because I don't want to get the I don't want to blow that all over my craft area here. Now, when you're working on vellum, you want to heat up your gun first so that you're not putting the air on it too long on your vellum. So let that heat up. It's feeling pretty good now. I'm going to keep it moving. Can't see it. Ah, there we go. Keep it moving so that it doesn't curl. Make sure you get all those areas. And now I'm going to get it from the back. And that's going to kind of help to flatten it back out a little bit. Now you're still going to get a little bit of lift, but it's not going to curl a tremendous amount if you're careful like that. Let me make sure. Let's see, one little area here I didn't get. So I'm going to get that on the back. Okay. So now it lays pretty flat. It's pretty good. It looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to let that have a moment to cool, and I'm actually going to stamp another one. So we'll do two of these because I think we're going to have plenty of time. So I'm just cleaning this stamp with water. You can use your cleaner as well, the Extreme Clean. I'll definitely, I'm going to use my cleaner because the that embossing ink can be a little bit gooey. So I just want to get that off of there. Feels much better. Okay. So we're going to do another one. Look how beautiful that came out though. Look at that sentiment. It's so pretty. Oh, I love it. It's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous George. What is that from? I do not know. All right, let's see. What can we do next? I'm going to do this one here. It has those big, like, sunflowers, they look like to me. They're not real flowers in this set. They're just kind of little whimsical made-up flowers. So let's do this one. I'm going to do this one straight up and down. And then I'm going to use the longer sentiment here that says, a love story like no other. It's so beautiful. Again, make sure you're leaving space at the bottom. It actually looks pretty good. Let me move this over a tiny, tiny little bit. Now, it's going to look a little, I'm not centering the sentiment underneath this little bouquet piece here because the bouquet actually comes further out to the left. I'm going to angle that ever so slightly, just so I've got it, just so it's not trying to look so perfect. I think the sentiment looks really good. So I'm going to leave that, collect it. This is the step I almost always forget. If I don't have that anti-static pad sitting right next to me, I will forget that. I'm terrible with it. I've had to restamp several times in my crafting lifetime because of that. All right. There we go. So you're going to see really how easily and quickly these come together. me see if I got that sentiment done. You know what? I'm going to ink that one more time. It doesn't look like I got the sentiment inked really well. So let's do that again. I look at it from an angle from where I'm sitting, so you may not be able to see. That looks much better. Much better. Okay. So let's get this out of the way temporarily. Gather her up. I like to put my embossing powder in right over the little container. I actually have one of those things that, you know, where you kind of funnel it, and I don't like using it because then I have to clean that. I want as little cleanup as possible. So there we go. Get any little extra pieces. All right. So I'm going to put the lid on this and get this puppy out of my way so that I don't make any mistakes. And again, I'm going to heat this up first. There we go. I'm going to lift it up so that I can see it. Plus it helps some of that heat go through. There we go. That one was faster. A little heat from the back just to even it out. There we go. So pretty. Look how gorgeous that is. I mean, technically, if you wanted, you could leave it like that. You don't have to add color to it. Completely up to you. Set that aside, let it cool while I go ahead and clean my stamps. That's the Extreme Clean. It's really, really great cleaner. All right. And then I always like to put my stamps away so that I don't lose anything. I didn't get these put. I've been trying so hard to get everything organized in my storage boxes. And we've got HSN coming up and trade show coming up and a lot of stuff coming up, so I haven't gotten through. I'm still working on, I've just started this summer collection, getting everything organized. Where is that? Here it is. Nothing like losing these, right? That's another reason why the storage boxes and everything are so nice, because I don't lose all those little pieces. But anyway, so I'm working on getting everything organized. It's just taking me a little bit with all that we've got going on. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside now. And now we're going to get these little babies colored up. So I've got a variety of markers here. I'm using Copic markers. So I just have a variety of markers here. I don't know what colors I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to do, let's see, do these go together? RV 06 and 09. Let's try these. We'll see how we do. Now, on vellum, these are going to be much, they're not going to be quite as dark or as vibrant as they might be, you know, when you're working on paper. So let's just see how we do here. I'm just getting a little bit of color in between the lines, just really gently. You know what I need to see, because it's hard for me to see what I'm doing. I'm going to put this over here so I can look at that flower. It's this one right here, right here. I want to see what is what in here, because it's gold and the way the light hits it, it's hard to see. So this is just going to help me make sure that I'm putting color where the color is supposed to go. And so I'm just watching this little picture as I'm adding the color to make sure I'm not putting it in the wrong places. So always utilize these images that we give you on the back. Wow, the way the light is hitting everything. I don't have a direct light that shines right down on this, so I'm getting a lot of glare. So hopefully I won't make a mistake. We'll see. But I'm not going to be doing a lot of color blending on this. It's just going to be really easy. Look how fun and simple that is. I'm going to go ahead, because I do want to add a little bit of contrasting color, right? So I'm going to put the darker one like right in the center. Does it even look darker? It doesn't. It looks like the same color. But I'm going to get a little bit darker just at the inside or the base of these, just to add a little bit of dimension. Go darker in the middle. Look how pretty. And then let's see what I can put. Here's a little kind of a burgundy. I think I'm going to put that in the center, just to go a bit darker. Just a little bit of contrast. Second color, second coating, I should say. There we go. Really, really simple. So I'm going to do the same thing over here on this one. Now you can see in the picture these are like sunflowers, but I'm doing it in pink. They don't have to be sunflowers. They can be any flower I want them to be. There we go. Right up here. This one right here. They're so delicate. You can't color this wrong. You really can't. There we go. I'm going to go a little bit brighter. Just right close to the center. And then right in the center. There we go. Look how simple that is. And then that burgundy like right in the middle there. Go again on that one. Just kind of make it look a little different. Look how pretty that is. I mean, it's so easy. Okay, so let's do, got some greens here. I don't even know if these are the same greens I used before. So we're just going to kind of play. Now some of these areas are so tiny after you use the, what is it called? With the embossing powder, that, you know, you may not get a whole lot of color in there. And that's okay, because you got all that gorgeous gold. All right. Let's see. Got the light shining on. It's so weird. It's hard for me to see it. All right, I'm going to get my head in there, I'm afraid.
Do you want me to try turning off the overhead?
No, it's just that everything's glaring with the, it's just reflecting.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to see it. Huh?
I can try changing some lights for you.
No, I don't want to make it too like dark in here where people can't see what I'm doing. The problem is I can't see what I'm doing.
You can pull it back towards you.
I can pull it back toward me? Okay.
I mean,
I just have such a reflection
if you're
from...
looking at your head.
Anything's better than looking at my head. Okay, let's see.
Oh yeah, that says you need a light pad.
It's just, it's because of how the room is lit, so everything looks good right in front of me, that I don't have light over me, if that makes any sense. And so I'm getting these reflections. I think I did pretty well there. I'm getting these reflections that I wouldn't normally get if I were sitting at my craft space. Okay, let's see. Now this is the darker green, just coming in a little bit with the darker, just to kind of show it off a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to come in from up here. So once I angle it up at me, I can see it better. There we go. Look how pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Just that little bit of color. Little bit of color. It's just gorgeous. And now I'm going to add a little bit of purple in here, I think, with this one. Let's see how this purple looks. This is V15. Just going to get some little bits of purple. See how light? I mean, it's hard to even see. I'm going to go with a darker purple. Because when it goes on the vellum, it's just much, much lighter than the actual color. What are you doing?
I said to try this.
Oh, that's actually not bad. Let's try that.
All
All right, Dieta, that was a great idea.
Lynn's
Thank you. She said put...
suggestion of the night.
Yes, that was great. Now I can see it. Ah, Dieta, you saved the day. It was awesome. See, Alan, it pays to listen to women.
I believe that's all I do is listen to women.
There we go. I think that one is colored up now. Look how gorgeous that looks so pretty with the black behind it, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe you should leave it that way.
So, so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to set this one aside and we're going to move on to the other one. And now that we have it figured out and Dieta helped us, you won't have to listen to me complain about not being able to color it. Okay, so look how dirty that is. Isn't it terrible? All right, this is R85. So now I'm going to move on to this one here. Look at this beautiful, beautiful pink in here. I have found that like lighter colors on the vellum don't work as well. Like if you wanted to do yellow like this, it just doesn't work as well. You can't see it very well. Because everything goes so much lighter.
Sandy's here.
Sandy's here?
Sandy's here. Or Ken, one or the other, but I think it's Sandy.
Ah, hello, Sandy.
Could be both.
Could be both. There we go. Let's see. That is so, so pretty. All right, and I'm going to go in with a darker, like this burgundy kind of on the inside there, just a tiny little bit. Tiny little bit. And then I am going to kind of blend that out just a wee bit. Because you can see it doesn't blend very well, right? So if I lift that up, you see it doesn't blend very nicely. So I am going to go back in with the other color, which is R85. That one was R89. So this is R85. It doesn't really blend. I'm just kind of moving the color out. Almost like it's paint. And when you move it out, it just looks a lot prettier. See how gorgeous that starts to look? Your Copic markers aren't going to dry on here real quick. So you have just a moment to move color around, which is really nice. There we go. Look how pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. Okay. Now let's do, this is V04. Let's see how that looks in these smaller little flowers. I'm literally just coloring the entire thing in on these little flowers. And then I'm going to come in again with the darker. This one is V09, just a tiny little bit at the center, leaving the ends of each of those petals. I went a little bit further than I wanted to on those, but that's okay. We're going to move that color back. If you get more than you want of the darker color, then come in from the end and push back to center, and it'll move some of that darker color back in. Look how pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Yay. I love it. So pretty. Okay, now we need to do some leaves on this one. So we have all of these little stems down here. Some of them anyway. What?
You just keep sticking your head in there.
Am I still putting, oh I am, I'm putting my head in the camera. Oopsie. Well, tell me.
Well, just pull it down to yourself. Maybe you don't have to worry about it. People
Well,
can still see it.
the problem is I normally color with my, I like put my head down when I color, so it's a natural thing for me. Oh, I can see I missed a little bit of a petal there. I'm gonna have to get that one. So let me come in here with a little leaf. Get some of these stems. I think that that is it on those, but I do want to get the color, is it this color, I think, on this one here. There we go. And now I'm going to come in with that darker green just to get a little bit of darker colors. My head in the way again?
All the time.
Oh, you're just, all right. Sorry about my head, everybody.
We should get you one of those rubber.
You know what it is? My hair is hanging on the table.
We should get you one of those rubber bald head.
You want to
things.
put my hair up? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying we should give you a bald head.
Okay, now I'm going to go with just a darker purple and just put some color in these tiny, tiny little flowers here. Some of them I can get color in and some of them I can't. Depends on how much of the embossing powder got on them. But even if it's just a tiny little bit, it's a little something. And it just gives you a little bit of detail. They're so delicate. Let me get a couple of these little ones here. Little dot. Little dabble do ya. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Look how pretty. Yay. Okay. So now we got those colored up. They're so beautiful. And I'm going to put my markers away. Clean up, clean up. Makes me think of those little songs that we used to sing to my son. Clean up, clean up. All right, let's see. So now I have two of these. Now, here's what I like to do. We're going to be finishing early, by the way. I like to, and I'm not going to worry about whether or not this is straight. I like that it's not perfect. I'm going to trim the ends off, the edges off of this a little bit. See how that's kind of a little bit wider, almost too wide? So I'm going to trim a little bit of the edge off of here. Just a little bit off of each side because I centered it. So I'm going to do about 1/8 of an inch off of each side, just so I keep everything centered. And we'll see if that's better. Let's see if that's better. Yep, that is much better. So I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. There we go. And then this one. Let's hope I did that right. We'll see how it looks. Pretty good. Okay. And then next up, I like to put the adhesive like underneath. I don't put adhesive everywhere because I don't want it to show. So I'm going to put the adhesive like roughly where the flower is there, just a little bit, right where that flower bouquet is going to be. If you want to do more, you certainly can. And then maybe a tiny little bit right there where my sentiment is going to be. Is it on there? Yep, it's on there. If you want to do more, you can. It's totally up to you. I'm going to turn this over and press it don't like to rub my hands over just in case that ink isn't totally dry. I'm getting a little bit of a curl up to the right, but that's okay. I can always put a little bit of adhesive underneath there still. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to just a little bit right here, just to give me that extra. There you go. Look how pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Almost done. So there's one. Now this one's a little more in the center. Just go right down the center. Actually, I'm going to give it a little bit of a across the top there too. And you got to remember, I'm still going to have that, put a little bit right up here. There you go. Still going to have my ribbon on there. There we go. How pretty. They're so pretty. So delicate. Now, next up is the ribbon. So, let's see, what ribbons do I want to use? Here's the peach, which doesn't really work with either of these, and I don't think this is going to show very much. So I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to do this one and this one here. This one has a little bit of a rosier color, and this one is more pink. So I think I'm going to do, I think I like that one on there. That looks really pretty. Really nice. So it doesn't have to be exactly the color, right? Now this piece is not going to be, I don't think that's going to be long enough.
You want me to pick a color out for you?
No, I don't. Let me see if this piece is going to be long enough. Oh, I think it is actually. So let's see, what length is this? From 5 to 18. So it's about 13 inches. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to trim this out about to that length as well, because I think that length was pretty good. If it's not, then I'm going to have to cut it again. So we'll see. We shall see. But I'm sure if I don't have the right length, I'll be using these on something else anyway, so I always save them. I like to twist it a little bit like that. I think it's really pretty. And I am...
There's no way that's one.
It's not a bow, honey. It's just a little knot.
Oh.
We'll see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I will do another piece. Just squeeze that together. Yeah, it might not be long enough. In fact, I don't think I can even do that. Let's see. No, it's not going to be long enough. We're going to undo. I'm going to go a little bit longer. So 5 to, so I'll save that piece for like another card, a little scrapbook page, or something where I'm not going to wrap all the way around the card maybe. But I will definitely save it because it's a nice, good size piece. I like to tie upside down. I don't know why, but I do. I always end up with like the pieces kind of lay better when I tie upside down for some reason. Let's see. I'm going to undo it. Not happy with it. I don't want it to go up and down like that. So I know Alan's laughing at me. This is what I do. This is what I do. All right, so let's go over. No, that's what I just did. Over this way. And then back this way. See if that's better. That worked out better. Look how pretty. And then I'm going to give that a tiny little bit of a trim. Very, very little bit. And I'm doing a jagged trim on it. kind of fuss up the edge a little bit so it doesn't look perfect. Oops. I don't want it to be a beautiful edge on it because I want those little pieces to kind of fray and pull up and look rough. There you go. There's one. Look how pretty. Isn't that pretty? I mean, seriously, they're gorgeous. Okay, let's do this one, which I think I've already determined is not long enough. So, again, I will save that piece for another card. And I'm going to cut this one. I'm actually I'm cutting it to about 15 inches instead of 13 inches. So if you're wondering what size, it's about 15 inches. I'm going to twist it a little bit. Tiny little bit of a twist. Twisting. Baby. Little tie. There we go. Do you ever feel like your fingers are too big? Gosh. When I'm tying
Are you
this.
still working on a bow?
Well, I'm doing the other one now.
Oh, you're the second one.
I'm on the second one, yeah.
Thank goodness. I think I went into a coma.
Hey! Give that a jagged cut. And then pull on the end and kind of fray it a little bit. See how pretty that looks? I like that. And then I'm going to give this side a bit of a jagged cut. Get a hold of it. Try not to cut my hand. There we go. Jagged cut, and then pull on it. Like running your fingernail over it, just to kind of fray it. There you go. There is number 2. So here we go. Here's 2. This one says, close your eyes, fall in love, stay there. Gorgeous. And then this one says, a love story like no other. They're just so delicate. Again, absolutely gorgeous for spring, for summer. Change up the sentiment if you just want to send something to, you know, a really good friend. Put these on a card base if you want to use it as a card, or, you know, if you want this to be a topper. Or you can just write a little handwritten note on the back of it, because it is just paper. It's handmade paper. But I just think these are wonderful with so many weddings and showers and all kinds of stuff that happen in the spring and summer. I just think these are absolutely delicate and lovely. I just think they're so, so gorgeous. One of my favorite sets that we have ever done. I absolutely love them. So, Alan, if you want to pull the camera back out just a little bit wider.
There?
Yep, we'll show.
Oh.
These are all of the cards that I did all together. So here's today's right here, and then the first 3 that I did, and my little mess over here. You got to have a mess when you're crafting, right? Aren't they just lovely? I love them, I love them, I love them. Okay, so if you remember magazine, scrapbook and cards today, I love this magazine, absolutely love this magazine. So, you know, hopefully our winner tonight does not already have it. And if you do, then you can send it off to one of your friends maybe that doesn't have it. But here you go. These are the cards. Isn't that stunning? Alan thought I was crazy putting that on that gorgeous wood grain background. He thought I was nuts. I just think it pops. I think it's just beautiful.
It looks great in the magazine. And when I was creating the barcodes for the stamp set, I thought that's the craziest idea.
You want to come to the front here? You thought, what was the craziest idea? Come, we switch the camera back?
I can.
Thank you.
The idea of the, what do you call it? The something?
The hand tied bouquet?
Hand tied bouquet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Alan did not like this stamp set
From the name.
from the name, Hand Tied Bouquet.
I thought it was ridiculous.
He thought it was crazy, but I think it's stunning. So today's prize is going to be the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, yay, and the Hand Tied Bouquet Stamps so that you can create your very own hand-tied cards, just like the ones that I made tonight, or change it up. Make them however you want to make them. They're so easy and fun to work with. So, who said, I'm glad you put it on the wood grain? That was Dawn. Thank you. I thought it looked gorgeous. It just had, it's such a soft and natural, it almost looks like, this stamp set looks like you literally went out into your garden or just out into a field and gathered up flowers and literally just tied a string around them and brought them home. I just think they're so beautiful. So I love them. And I thought putting them on the wood grain was just very natural. So, okay, who's our winner tonight?
Carletta Morris.
Carletta Morris, you are tonight's winner. Yay! Congratulations, Carletta. You have won the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, and you've actually won your own hand-tied 4x6 stamp set, so you can create cards just like the ones that I created tonight, or whatever it is you want to create. So, Carletta, I need you please to send an email to customer service at LDRScreative.com. I need your full name, your full mailing address, so we can get your prize out into the mail right away. Yay! Congratulations! Oh boy, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This was so much fun. Is there something you want to tell me?
Just that we've been having a lot of lost shipments, and if people don't, just tell people don't wait too long to let us know.
Yeah, this was something Alan wanted me to point out. For some reason, we have, USPS has been failing us a lot lately. We've had probably a good 6 or 7 lost packages that that we've taken to the United States Postal Service, to the USPS. They scan them in, they show that they received them, and then they go nowhere. For whatever reason, the packages they're losing them. So if for some reason, when you get your shipping notification, don't wait too long to let us know. If yours doesn't arrive, typically within 5 days, like within a week. It's not going to be there the very next day unless you live right here in Michigan, but give it a week, and if you look and your tracking isn't moving, because there's always tracking, we always make sure we have tracking on there. If it's not moving, let us know. Don't sit and wait, because we'll check with the post office, and we'll get another package out to you.
Nicolette said hers showed that. Remember the Singapore one?
Oh yeah, Nicolette's. Yeah, yours said that it was delivered to Singapore. Honest to goodness, I don't know what they're doing. But we will make sure that you get your packages. It's not something that we're doing. It's something that the post office, for some reason, is failing to do. So let us know, and we will make sure that your products get to you one way or the other. Okay? All right, everybody. Next Thursday, I'm fairly certain we're here next Thursday, right? Yeah, we're here next Thursday.
I don't know where else we would be.
No, it's just because we've got trade show and HSN coming up, and I lose track of what day it is. So I'm certain. Yeah, I think we're here for the next couple of weeks. So we'll let you know when trade show and when HSN are coming up. So anyway, yes, we will be here next week. I don't know what I'm going to be working with, but it will be something from the summer collection. Until then, everybody have a fantastic evening, a wonderful weekend. Happy 4th of July to everybody who's here in the States. Hope you guys all have some fun in the sun with family and friends. Please stay safe, and join us back here, same place, same time, next Thursday, 7 p.m. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much.